Hey, this is Sam Black with my 5th match with Sneak and Show and Legacy, and I'm trying to get Owen. I think I have to keep this hand. My current plan is probably just going to be cast Jace on turn 2 with Force Will back up. Seems like it should be a reasonable plan. I think I just keep the other Force. Since if the Brainstorm resolves, or if the Jace resolves, then I can use that to make up the cards. So my opponent pondered and kept them all on top, which means the top card is probably good, but I still think it's better to just zero rather than plus it and put the top on the bottom, because I want to find a blue card for this Force. That was not ideal. Alright, that's much better. I don't think my opponent is also playing Sneak and Show, but one of the ways that I could lose is by putting Emrakul into play and having my opponent put Emrakul into play. So I think it's better to just pass here, and then I can show and tell before using Jace next turn, so that Jace can just bounce whatever my opponent puts in. I mean, if it's a creature. I don't think I lose much by waiting. It's possible that I'm just not supposed to go for it at all and just keep chasing while I have Jace in play. Kind of like that. Well, now I could show and tell and put Sneak in and then Sneak Emrakul. Or I can just cast Sneak and have 2 show and tells up, or 2 Force of Wills up. Which seems great. Guess I might as well zero before doing anything else. I'll put back both extra emeralds, I guess. I don't think it'll be a problem to find another one. I think my opponent will probably concede. I guess I might as well play this. I was correct. Alright. So, I think my opponent is probably Miracles, but I don't know that for sure. But I'm going to bring in this, and this, and this. And misdirections through the breach and white blue arrow questionable. Jace was remarkably good. I guess I saw Counterspell, which makes me think that that's my opponent probably is Miracles. So let's cut a bit of card selection and probably some more of this top end again. And I guess Emrakul is worse because of Terminus. And what else do I want to cut? Force Wheel was remarkably good that game. I don't know that it always would be. I think there are enough targets for Spell Snare between Counterspell and Counterbalance. I think I want all the Library Manipulation. It might just be another Emrakul. Not sure, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'd much rather have a mix of those, I think. This hand looks quite good. I'm gonna have to brainstorm somewhat aggressively, but that's okay. Interesting. Don't know that I like my chances of success, but I'm going to try to counter this. That's not bad. I guess it's not great. I guess I want to cast Brainstorm while my opponent doesn't have mana up to like Brainstorm in response to set up a counter spell or a counterbalance successful trigger. So I should have done that before playing land, but here we are. Good. Unfortunately, I can't shuffle any of this. Definitely don't need all of my sneak attacks in my hand. I think I just want to get Needle down. Well, I know that it won't be countered by counterbalance. And while I could name Flooded Strand, I think it's better to just name Top. Even if my opponent probably doesn't have it yet, I think that's going to matter more than land. Chase. Dillion. Well, this will work out really well if my opponent takes the sneak attack, which is reasonably likely. Yep. I think I want to have the option to Brainstorm, and I don't know of any reason not to just play this first. I'll just pay a lot of life. Plains is the revealed card, which means I could not resolve a Lotus Petal if I Brainstorm into one. So the advantage to casting Brainstorm now is that I know that it'll resolve, but it won't really accomplish all that much. Knowing that it'll resolve is actually pretty good. Totally fine with this getting countered, but as long as it's costing my opponent a card. That's slightly annoying. I need to find more red. Also need to not die to Vendilion Click. Interesting spot. I think I have to just pass. Now, if my opponent attacks with Vendilion, I sneak in Gristlebrand. Then my opponent has to either let me block and kill Vendilion and gain 7, or use Caracas. If my opponent doesn't attack, then I sneak in Gristlebrand at end of turn. No, Emrakul. Sneak in Emrakul at end of turn. And then my opponent has to either let Emrakul happen or use Caracas. If my opponent uses Caracas, I can just Emrakul again next turn. So this will tap the Caracas. Really? Bounce the Vendilion, is that the play here? That's not a good play. Just let it die. Okay, I'm into that. I think I'd like some cards. I don't see a problem with that. I think I don't see a problem with that either. Opponent still has to sacrifice 6 permanents. I don't think I care about the damage. Opponent apparently wasn't interested in it either. Yep, that's reasonable. That match was over.